let me in with open arms, and that was it. Silly games and deepest truths, I watched you do the things that normal families do. And it came to my surprise, there was fighting but no bite. Instead of walls and drawing lines, you grow closer every time. And I have a lot to learn. Obligation left me bruised, then you came and loved me new. And now I know family is you. I remember Illinois, where you learned that I like girls and I like boys, puffy eyes and clumsy hugs. I could almost hear my heart say, this is love. And it came to my surprise, I could live an open life. And you welcome every time there is more of me to find. And I have a lot to learn. Expectation left me bruised, then you came and loved me new. And now I know that family is you. I remember wedding day, Mom and Dad in Colorado, miles away. But something happened as you prayed. A holy love that I'd been missing showed its face. And I have a lot to learn. Conversation, how to choose. Now I'm loving myself too. 'Cause now I know family is you.
All right, guys, so this that I have right here, this is decaying matter that I have. I have piles throughout my property. When I'm weeding, fall happens, leaves fall, branches, whatever it is, whatever decaying stuff that I can get, I pile up all over my property. And this has been sitting for a while, so you can see it's a lot broken down there. So I'm gonna add this to the compost pile and have it in layers there between the hay from the coop that's all manure all over it, and some old compost and some just stuff from the garden that's no longer being used in the garden. So this stuff right here, I'm not gonna use for a while. I'm gonna let this sit back here after I get it all prepped up, and I'm gonna work it, right? I'm gonna work it for like a year, but I'm not gonna use it for about a good year. Come this fall, I'll add a lot of leaves, a lot of leaves to it. 3-4 times the amount of leaves that I use in there, because leaves are so nutritious to your plants development. So nothing like leaves. That's the best thing that you can use. Leaf mold, you know what I mean? Just break it down. I'm not gonna wet it this much because it's raining all this week. So, and after I finish this here, I will lock the gate so I don't let the chickens over here, so they don't mess with it. They have plenty of piles to go dig for worms and whatever they need to do. Most of this soil that you see here in this whole closed in area, this is 16 feet by 16, and the whole area is basically compost, because I compost all over it. So from anywhere I can use layers and layers of this compost. Over there in that corner, I have a soil bank going, developing soil compost. Over here, there's another pile. You can see it's a lot more broken down. The chickens, what I do here with these piles there is that every couple of days, right, I take tops, the top over there, I take the tops off of them. And I let the chickens go in there and eat up all the bugs and whatnot. And then I'll top it back up. And as you can see, let me walk you down here. As you can see, down there in that corner there, right? See the big pile of broken down stuff? If you look at the surface around it, right, it's a little bit more clearer, but you can see the pile is dark because it's been decaying and breaking down there over long periods of time. And again, there I go, and I just took the top off a few minutes ago because you see the stuff that I brought over to dump in the new pile that I got going there. So I'm letting the chickens go in there, and the chickens now are going to go and enjoy themselves, getting some nutritious protein into their bodies. So it's a win-win, right? The chickens benefit from it. I benefit from it. The garden, of course, if the garden benefits from it, I do. So anyway, just giving you some ideas. All right, there you go. Just let that sit there, and that's how you make soil. That's how you make compost. You don't have to be very specific with it, you know what I mean? Just kind of layer it a little bit, keep it moist, flip it once a week or so, and you can even just let it sit, forget about it, you know what I mean? It's still gonna break down. So if you don't know how to compost and you think you can't do it, just take anything, kitchen scraps, weeds, anything that you can get, just pile it up, and that will break down for you, and it'll make soil for you that you can use in your garden, okay? So it's the best thing you can get. You cannot go to the store and buy better compost than you can make yourself right at home, okay? And those bags that you buy in the stores and whatnot, or you get in these places that you can go get free compost, you don't know what's in that, okay? At least in your garden, you know what you're doing, what you're putting in there, and what's going into your body, okay? So y'all take care. God bless. I hope you got a little bit out of this. Come on, girl. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. This stuff is hot. It's gonna burn you. Hey guys, what's up? So I'm adding to the pile. The pile's heating up really nice. And it's breaking down very nice. So what I took down all my these are my calabaza squash that were growing up on the trellis. They didn't do too well, and I've seen that burrows were burrowing in, and I just didn't want to spend my time with this plant here because I already knew the outcome, what was going to happen with it. So I took it down, and I'm going to add it to the compost and just keep it moving. Compost is breaking really nice there. Let me see how I want to do this here. these piles heat up nicely. There's no need here for me to break these things up because it'll break down naturally, and it'll just prolong the heat that's gonna come out of these green plant here. So let me get some water on this here. Come on, girls, y'all gotta watch out. So I'm not even gonna add too much water, you know, I'm just keep it nice and damp. Matter of fact, that's good right there. Right. I'm not gonna add any chicken hay in here now because I just added some there a week ago, and the pile is warming up really nicely, so ain't no need to add any more this week. I'll add some next week. The important thing with these piles here, you should toss them like at least every week there, just to keep the materials inside each being able to get tossed, and you get nothing to stay dry there. You keep the moisture in there and get all the stuff in there, getting its equal share from being at the top, the middle, and the bottom. When you add these, with all these vines on it and stuff like that, it creates air pockets in there, and air circulation in your compost is very important. So this actually helps better than smashing it up and having it all flat and stagnant there. So by the vines being in there, you're getting, you know, it's a little lumpy in there, and you get the air pockets as this breaks down, which you get the air circulation, which is very important. And as you can see in this pile here, last week I added some vines in here, and they're pretty much all, you know, pretty much broke down a lot in that short period of time. Very important that you give it a little water in between each layer there to make sure that everything is staying nice and steamy in there. This stuff here is breaking down nicely, but I'm not going to use this. This stuff I'm going to let it sit over the winter time. Well, actually, I won't let it sit. I'll continue tossing it and whatnot, and to get it to break down very, very nicely. But I won't use this stuff to come spring. So this will be for my spring garden. The chickens are waiting patiently. They're dying to get in here, but they'll come over here and there'll be plenty of worms for them to mess with. But this over here, I'll put the top over. So this is all it is. Piling up greens and browns and tossing it once a week. And so I just go back and forth each week. Sometimes I don't wait a whole week. I'll go 5 days. But if you're busy and you can't get to it, it's all good. It's all good. You just toss it when you can. So there you go. That's how you make some great compost, free, all for materials that you gather from your own garden. I've always will say that if you do it properly, your homemade compost will beat stuff that you buy from the stores there, because here you know what you put into it, and it's live. There's a lot of nutrients and stuff inside the soil here, versus, you know, bags that you buy from the store that have been sitting there for months, possibly years, you don't know, and you don't know what's in it. So if you don't compost, you should get out there and start doing so. Some people think that composting is smelly and hard and whatnot. It is not hard. I mean, if you're elderly and stuff like that, just, you know, do it the best you can, or get somebody that can do it for you here on your property. Yeah, you have grandchildren, you have grown kids there that can toss your piles and whatnot. Do your own compost. I guarantee you will not regret it. And it does not stink at all. It actually smells good if you do it right. Compost done right does not stink, and you will love your results once you get that black gold that you did yourself. You'll be very proud of yourself. Okay? Y'all take care. God bless. I'll see you next time.